This is Russ and Ashley, and this is She Wolf Alchemy. And today we're talking about putting people on hold. And when we say putting people on hold, that is when, you meet those people, things are going good, but for some reason, it's like they put you on pause because they want to triple back. They want to spin the block, but they don't really want to let you go. And so while they're off doing whatever it is they're doing, or while they're off doing what the opposite of whatever y'all agreed upon, they're hoping you just kind of wait for them and just hold it down until they're ready to come back to you. And this can actually also be done in friendships. And today we're going to be discussing this phenomenon and talking about the times in our life that this has happened, whether we are the one that try to put other people on pause or someone try to do that to us. So I guess let me ask, has this ever happened to you or have you ever done this?
I definitely don't think I've ever done it. No.
Mhm.
Now has it ever happened to me? So I'm struggling with it because I believe I felt that it has happened to me,
Mhm.
but no one has ever admitted to me that this is what they are doing. I don't know. That's not 100% true. Now that I really think about it. It's like I'm thinking about like I've definitely had someone tell me that like they felt like if they were with me, they would have to mature, essentially. Like I
Mhm.
would have to really get my shit together if I was with you, is what he said. I'm just not ready to do that right now. But he also didn't like leave me all the way alone, you know?
To be able to
But
say that out of your mouth with a straight face is just amazing. Like, I don't want to get my shit together right now.
yeah, I don't want to. That's just not where I'm at. So I'm just, and he's still out there somewhere frolicking about, bullshitting around. And, he sends his little random text every once in a blue moon. And I ignore them now. The healed me. She doesn't. She doesn't allow for the check-ins because there's nothing there that is good for me.
It needs to be checked in on.
Yeah, there's no need for us to be in communication. But so yeah, I guess the answer it has happened, but I've definitely never done it to anyone. I don't think so.
Mm,
I guess actually more about people consciously doing it versus just like I don't know.
yeah. Yeah. I feel like I've both. I definitely have done this. In my head, was I saying I'm putting you on pause? No. But was I conscious of the fact, like, I'm trying to do this over here. I plan to be right back. So if you could just like not move your emotions for me, keep them at the same level. Okay. I'm gonna be give me 2 months. I'll kind of check in. I kind of like, I miss you. I might, I
Mhm.
make sure I'm in your consciousness. So when I come back, ready for whatever it is we're doing, I like you to just act like those 2 months did not happen. I've definitely done that in the past. But in the same time, yeah, I feel like it's definitely have been done to me. Same type of thing. Like I don't think I've ever had anyone straight up say it to me, but it's those actions. Like you when you pop back in, you try to pop back in like we are where we left off and we're not.
That's a big key.
Yeah, you do this like pull away thing, and then when you come back real, real hard on some reminiscence shit.
Hmm.
And when you do come back, you do come back on some like, and we gon' blah blah blah, and we go da 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 da, and I'm like you're putting emotional down payments in. That's what the fuck it feels like. Like you're trying to put down emotional down payments, because eventually you're gonna come back and sign the paperwork, but right now you ain't got it all together. Just let me put this deposit down. This is layaway. I don't have the money for today, but on the fourth, I'm gonna come back, take this off layaway, and pay for the thing in full. And that's some bullshit. That's
It
some like
is.
really selfish bullshit. Even though I have done it, definitely have. But yeah, I definitely have had that happen where yeah, it very much feels like the person think I'm on layaway and they can just circle the block eventually. And I'm team no U-turns. Like there's no circling. This is a whole dead end. Once you drive up out there, that's it. There's a gate you gotta go through. Once you get out the gate, you're not coming back in the gate.
That popping back up thing is like especially heinous in my opinion with the level of intensity like you were talking about. Like that's the part
Mhm.
that's so frustrating. It's that, dang, see now I feel like you digging up stuff for me. But it's that
This is how I feel anytime you touch on anything that has to do with fathers and I get just random stare off into spacey as I talk. And I pop
but
back
it's
up and be like, why you trigger me? You're like, how did I do anything?
but it's that like this time, this
Mm-hmm.
time I'm gonna blah blah blah. This time we're gonna da 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 da. Like I've had those this times and have literally been in that conversation of like, oh, this time, huh? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
this time. But this time my ass was there like again like a sucker thinking this time was gonna be different and I'll be damned. Just wasn't. Just
Just
wasn't.
what? Yeah, I don't even think it's so much the like this time type things that I'm remembering. It is the yeah, just popping back up like, hey beautiful, I'm pick you up on Saturday. Sir, we ain't talking too much. You're not picking me up on anything. That's not how you start a conversation.
Well, there's a random person that texts your phone to tell me, to tell you, to tell me that they love me. Every Oh gosh, it's hilarious
They
to
help
me now.
me get things that I need, so I need us not to talk about them on the podcast. You know, they're into random stuff. They stumble along things, and I would really like to not lose that connect. Just want to put that out there. They are a stand-up individual who's just not your person.
Whatever. That person is blocked. You can't even cash at me anymore.
Mm, 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 mm. Yeah. No, I've had like I've had people show up at my house. Like just show up when we were dating that was never a thing. You can't just show up at my house ever. I'm still trying to figure out how to tell that to my husband. Like I don't like that you just pop it up type thing. But I've had people just pop up at my house after like a couple weeks or whatever and just be on some like, hey, sir, what are you doing here? I've had, of course, the random FaceTime out of nowhere, the random long text about their feelings and their emotions. And of course, now again, because I don't believe in spinning a block, I'm talking about people I've talked to. Because I don't, once we've been in a relationship, you're blocked, it's done. You can be a good person over there. But yeah, just those things like just insisting that I let you come back into my life the way you were without suffering any type of consequence.
Suffering
Suffering the consequence.
without showing any type of growth
I
is what I
said what
would
I
say.
said. I said what I said. I said it exactly how I wanted it to come out.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, I had to repeat it. Yeah.
yeah, no, I don't. But yes, without any type of growth. But like, no, without any type of accountability. Like,
Mhm, mhm.
you know, those people that want to bypass the conversation, like
Oh,
they pop back
yes.
up and they feel like I'm just here. We don't have to. I don't. I'm not talking about how I live. I'm talking about the pain of the feelings. I'm trying to take you. I'm trying to take you to Capitol Grill on Saturday.
Mhm.
Let's
I'm
just
not talking
move
about
there. Let's
what it
just go
is.
forward.
Talk about where I've been. Ah,
What I've been doing.
I'm here now. I'm here now.
The bypassers. They don't want to take the accountability of like, hey, things were great, and then you just kind of whether it was pull back your energy, disappear, cause fights and issues out of nowhere to give yourself whatever it was, really without real discussion, and then come back and ask me whatever you was feeling during that time, if you could just throw that away. Throw that away. Because that's going to inconvenience me.
What are the reasons you feel like people put people on hold, or what are the reasons you put people on hold?
Immaturity, emotional immaturity, mostly. And unsurety, not being sure. Having people that I'm like, I mean, you kind of cool, but like, I feel like this can get better. Having that feeling of like, I do like you, but I feel like you, I don't know. I'm not all the way convinced. This is where I want to be.
Hmm.
But just in case I get back out here in the dating pool and the water is filled with trash, I want to be able to come back to my safe. I actually recently discussed this with a client. We were talking about like emotional, like why you have this cycle of like in and out with certain people. And the way I explained it was it's like we're all out here playing tag, and that person is base. I'm gonna be running out here trying not to get tagged, but when I feel like, oh, it's getting too scary out here, I'm gonna run back to base because it's safe. And I can just sit on base until I'm ready to run again, until I find another good spot. But when I see the person that starts getting out safe in them waters, I'm gonna run and tag base again. And I'm gonna go sit on base.
Yeah, no, thank you. That sounds awful.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds
Mm-hmm.
completely awful. I'm definitely for like I've dated someone or kind of had someone around as well, I guess what I would say is an emotionally safe space, but I think they like we knew they were that. I knew they were that. They knew they were that. We knew
You
we were
think, you think,
we
was it
not no
made
thing.
clear?
We knew that we were that.
Okay. Okay.
We knew that we wasn't gonna be anything else, but that here is a safe space for us to engage with each other in certain ways, to have certain feelings for each other, and it just kind of stays here. But that was no, not like, and we both frolic. Like we both frolic
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
both know here is safe. Not you wait here. I'ma go, I'm gonna go play around. But you wait right there. Because it's the waiting part, right? It's that you wait right here part. That's the problem because people, when you put somebody up on the shelf, there's that expectation. That's how it feels. Like
Yeah.
like I'm just supposed to be up here on the shelf waiting and hanging out and like not living my life until you decide to play with me again.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes. Yeah, no, I think what you're describing, yeah, that's not the same thing. If you guys are both know what it is,
Yeah.
um, I don't think that's the same type of thing. But
Yeah.
I think there needs to be an understanding. Like, do we both know what it is?
Mhm.
Because there's definitely situations where you think, matter of fact, I had a situation like that. I had somebody where I thought we know what this is. Like we just this is a safe place. And yeah, I thought that was extremely, extremely clear. And randomly one day, they got like super, super romantic out of nowhere, like extremely romantic out of nowhere, and was like, why aren't we together? And I was like, yeah, huh. I just stared. But yeah, and kind of having this realization, like, oh, okay, well, I thought there was this unwritten agreement that we were both on the same page, and we weren't. And
Mhm.
I don't have that safe space, even if I wanted it. But yeah, so like the importance of actually making sure they know because I feel like there is a lot of people out here who are saying like, nah, we know, never had the conversation, and then be like, why she cut my tires? I was like, I mean, you keep saying she know, but like also when you come over, you buy the baby Pampers and ask how little man like doing and like tell him you're gonna come to his basketball game. Like they're like, but she
Yeah,
knows.
that's like I was having a very frustrating day and I went on the internet and I wished men property damage. If they but only if they were wasting a woman's time. That's all I said. And I can
You
tell you
know
it's
you
crazy.
don't have to you do not have to convince me. I'm already on the side.
You're like men and property damage. Yeah, no. So But I had that right. I just said only if they're, wasting women's. And I gotta tell you, some men out here wasting some women's time because there was a lot of men in my inbox concerned about their possessions. I don't understand why. You ain't got nothing. They was like, why would you wish something like that? What about the women that's wasting our time? Well, why are you worried? I don't date women. I ain't worried about them. I'm worried about the
Why
men.
don't you
And I
save your
understand.
wishes for that? It sounds like a
That's
you wish.
your problem. I'm wishing for what I want. And if you're not out here wasting nobody time, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. Get on out my inbox. Go check on your PS5, your car, and see what's going on. I didn't say I was gonna do the damaging.
Hmm.
I just I just put it out there. But it was hilarious to me, the amount of people that was concerned. And I was like, oh, all this tells me is that
Mm.
y'all out here wasting time and you out here wasting people time.
I just want to say the internet is a funny place because I definitely have had moments where I have like made little comments on my stories, not thinking it's a big deal comment, and then my inbox will be flooded with people that are triggered, and I'd be like, I just said I'm a fan of apple pie. Why? Why are we talking about how Grandpapa started this generational curse? What are we talking about here? Like, what is y'all doing?
Oh my
I
goodness,
wasn't
yeah.
trying to trigger you.
No, it is hilarious. The amount of times that I trigger men for the smallest of things. And they know I don't care. That's why I don't know why they be bothering me. I find it hilarious. I'm like, sir.
I once dated a man who told me about myself. He said, one thing about you is you gonna either bring peace or transition. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? And he was just like, you either gonna be like, everything is getting better when I'm near you, when I'm next to you, blah, blah, blah. Life is just happy and filled. He was like, or you gonna trigger a person. And I'm like, yes, that is exactly how I would like to show up in men's lives. Either peace or transition, whatever that transition need to be.
That's nothing wrong with being that.
Mhm. So, I mean, I guess do you think most people are doing it consciously?
I don't know about most. I think there are people who do, but I don't know about most because just because I know that there's so many people unaware of themselves and why they do things that I just can't believe that they're actually realized. Like at some point, maybe they realize it. I don't know. Are they even listening to the people that they do this to hear them saying, hey? Because like you can literally say, I feel like you're putting me on a show. Exhibit A, B, C denotes that this is what you are doing. And it's like, no, I love you. Oh God. Anyway, and then it's this confusion, and so and yes, we could say, oh, this person is fully aware, and they're just a doggone liar. But again, like I don't know, I just know that so many people are just like not aware of their own shit. And so I don't know that they're not most. I don't again, I think there are plenty who do it consciously. I just don't think it's most. But what do you think?
Yeah, I think more people do it consciously than we think to. And the reason I was saying that is because when I was trying to look for it when you were talking, but I couldn't find it fast enough. I think it's a LL. I think it's a LL Cool J lyric where he goes, "I know I was bouncing, but I was gonna be right back," and something, something,
Mhm.
something. And there's actually a couple songs when you think about it of men straight up being like, "I know I was distracted, but I was gonna be right back. I know I was with that girl. I was gonna
And
be
love
right."
you better. Oh no. That love you better. That's that one with him and J Lo.
I think it's the one with him and J Lo. That's the beat I'm hearing, but I could be wrong. But there's other songs with like that same beat. So I think people are. I don't think it's something they're like again put it in our mind that way of I'm gonna put you on pause, but of like okay, so I want to do this, and they're not gonna like that. So I'm gonna go do this and just like create a fight or pull away or blah blah blah, and but I'm also gonna keep liking their stories. Still gonna be the first one to view every time they post. I'm leave flirty comments. I'm just but not actually talk to them
Mhm.
or but not actually call or like come up and see them, whatever, whatever. Because once this is done, or if this doesn't work out, Yeah, I definitely want to come back here. Like I'm not. And I think yeah, that happens more than I think we give credit to. Even my brothers have had conversations with me where I'm like, bro, what is you doing? And they're just like, I am trying to do this over here. They would not like if I did this over here.
I mean, so I can understand, like, I know that my bullshit will not fly over here, so I need to not do this. Like, I need to go be elsewhere. I'm still
Hmm.
frolicking, not done with that. So, like, that's one part. I guess I don't know. I'm trying to think of. I mean, is it like it's kind of like, do you really think that you can put a person on pause until you're ready for them? Not you, but you know what I mean.
No,
Like,
people believe this.
mhm.
People fully believe this is a thing. I mean, you've talked to men.
I
You know.
mean, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I've
again,
spoken to.
I've done it, so women too, but yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. I've really just like, I'm gonna put you. I'm trying to think of like the question I had when you were saying that. It left me because I was just like, hmm. That is quite something.
It can also happen outside of romantic relationships. I just think of like friendships of like when I used to work with little kids, this is something I used to always have to explain to them because they'll be friends with somebody and then there'll be a new girl at school and their friend will stop hanging with them and be with the new girl or the new clique, but will like text them sometimes on the side to be like, no, yeah, she's just new. I'm just showing her around. Yeah. And then like, but still not play with them, still not work with them, whatever, whatever. And then the new girl becomes the most popular girl and then drop that friend. And then that friend try to come back like nothing happens. And they're like, that really hurt me, but we were best friends again. Again, when kids are little, it's not that to be like, yes, cut them off, blah, blah, blah. Because the other person is still learning how to be a friend as well. Grace. But I've seen this happen even adult friendships of just friends that put the friendship on pause, not really picking up your phone calls anymore, not really hanging out anymore, but like when they need somebody to like dump all their baggage, emotional baggage on, call you up, use up all your emotional energy. And then when you try to be like, oh yeah, but this is what's going on with me, all of a sudden they gotta go.
That's,
Kind of acting funny. And then in time for the annual girls trip, they're back and be like, "Hey, buddy, buddy," and just like,
but even I don't. I just again because I'm like I've had that situation where a friend was not interacting in the friendship, but still felt they had access to just call. And I ended up telling them like, I feel like you only call me on the worst day of your life. Like I can't get in touch with you to just talk
mm-hmm,
or celebrate or whatever. I just get dumped on with your shit when you call, and then there isn't even space, for me to talk anyway. And making them aware of it because they weren't like doing it on purpose.
mm-hmm,
They were in their shit and
mm-hmm,
just I was you're the person I call when things are going on. So even though you don't pause long enough to think to call me during all, any of this
mm-hmm,
other time, that oh when it's down and it's hard and it's bad, this is who I call.
mm-hmm.
But anywho, by me putting that out there and kind of bringing it up and like making them aware of it helped to change it. And it's like it wasn't something that was being done intentionally. It was just they hadn't thought about it. I didn't even realize they were
Yeah,
doing it.
I definitely think there's folks and people that don't do it intentionally. I just think there's a larger amount of people that do than we think there are. Because we tend to think like most people won't do things maliciously on purpose.
That's true. I tend to think most people are malicious. I think I believe people are dumb,
Hmm.
but I
But
don't
also, we
think they're
have to remember that we all don't have the same idea of what is malicious. To some people, they don't think that's malicious. They're like, it's just time. They can be doing whatever they want to be doing when I'm doing whatever I'm wanting to do. They don't think it's a malicious thing to put somebody on pause.
heinous. It's downright heinous. The right way to do things is to let people freaking go.
There are some people who have a whole belief of, matter of fact, when I was like 16, there was this guy I was dating, and we weren't sexually active, and he broke up with me. and I had never been broken up with before. And then, like a week later, try to get back with me. And I was like, what is going on? And his whole thing was, well, because I wanted to do this thing over here, which was have sex with another girl because we weren't having sex. And you weren't going to like it. So I broke up so it wouldn't be cheating.
So immature. But y'all were
And
teenagers. Yeah.
yeah, and we were teens. And so like now let's be back in love again. And I just stared at this young man. And that's all I can get into about that particular story. But like I was just know I wasn't happy. And it was let known that I was not happy. And that was not a thing. We were not getting back together. And he did not think that was malicious at all. Like he was proud. Like I did not cheat because I love you.
Like I broke up with you and then I went and did stuff. And then I
Yeah,
came
and
back.
yeah, cheat code. That's a square square X. Square square X. Up up. Cheat code. You can't be mad at me. But
That's the like, but see, that's dumb. Like that's just being
oh yeah.
like, I don't know how to do relationships. I really thought this shit was gonna work because I'm 16 and stupid, you know? And then it's like, oh, girls don't like that. Oh, maybe next
Hmm.
time I won't tell you that's what I'm doing. And then
Hmm.
he'll come up with some other stupid rule to cheat. It is hilarious to me the mental gymnastics even my younger self has done to justify things that just didn't belong in a relationship.
Hmm. Hmm.
Instead of being like, well, in one instance, instead of being like, gosh, if this, which is what it came to, if this relationship is driving me to be this toxic, maybe
Hmm.
I shouldn't be in it. I am not my best in this relationship. I should leave. And I did. And it was good for me. But the mental
The
gymnastics.
mental
Or people
gymnastics.
like, oh, I was in a different area code or zip code. Like that is such like there are so many things that just like I don't have the capacity to like wrap my mind around because it's so childish. It's like it's makes me think of like a stupid sitcom, just like some just so dumb. Like if you're out here saying stupid shit, like I was in a different zip code, and so I had like I can't like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought that was an urban myth. Like I didn't know that was a real thing.
There are some people who have stupidness like that. Like if I'm on vacation, I can do whatever I want. Like people have stupid shit like that.
I would
That's
not
what
advise it with rest. I would not advise trying that with rest Marguerite. I just want to put that out there.
it's
Also,
the same with me. I was drunk. Any foolishness that you can use to be like, oh, this is why I was doing this because
yeah, yeah,
circumstances were different than they usually are. I mean, that's all you're saying, you know?
yeah.
Circumstances today were different than yesterday, and
Uh,
so I cheated.
You weren't with me.
We're
You
there,
were.
right?
I was there and I was horny. What do you mean? I know. What was I?
That's
What
what
was
Amy
I supposed to
Winehouse.
do?
He looked like you, and so
Yes,
which I love
yes.
that song,
I love
but
that
it's
song.
but she's obviously making a point because women are superior. No, I'm just joking. No, she's
It's satire on the male argument.
right that it's stupid. Anywho, we're not talking about cheating, but putting people on hold. But it's
um,
I keep thinking about Donnell Jones because even though that song is like, but that's how you do it. Like he realized, man, I've been in this relationship and we are in the place where we should be getting closer and moving towards like, marriage and things like that. But I'm also realizing I'm not ready for that. I still want to frolic about and play around.
mhm,
But we've been together since we were teenagers and really nothing ever happened that caused us to break up. Like that's how I feel I
mhm,
get from that song. It's just this whole like contemplation
mhm.
of like we've been doing this for a long time and we should be moving this direction, but I'm still feeling like this, so we should end it. It just would have upset me to have been with someone until I was like 25 or I don't know, until I was like older and responsible and then they were like, "Now I'm leaving." Like,
Oh
what?
yeah, yeah,
A
yeah.
whole irresponsible youth was wasted sitting around the house with your ass? that would have upset me. Whenever
Mhm.
I think of how I almost got trapped into domestication, I'm just yeah.
Mm,
Nah, man. Oh my. Well, when I, it's like more so I think back to the stressors in that relationship, and then I'd be like, Ashley, you were 22. What? Why were you, why? Why did you think that that was what you needed to be setting yourself up for? Like, that was the problem. Like, I had really just thought, like, this is, and now me, several years later, it's like, well, I've been had that epiphany of like, girl,
mhm,
it didn't work because it wasn't supposed to. Like, you
mhm,
had no, you were supposed to be being 22. You were supposed to be finishing up college, having fun. Like, you were not supposed to be putting somebody else's kid to bed at night. That was not what
mm,
you were supposed to be doing at that point. But anyway, so as opposed to, yeah, Donnell Jones, who's just like, let me go on out here because I'm not ready for that life. And I know that I'm not ready for that life. So I'm gonna just let you go and I'm gonna go. Which
mhm.
that's the other thing, like, let them go. Please stop coming back
Mhm,
and tugging on their emotions and being strange and manipulative. Like, let them go off and be happy and frolic with
mhm.
others. Because my thing is, when does it end? When does it end for the shelf putter uppers? Like, when is that moment where you're supposed to be like that's the thing. If people are consciously doing it, where do they see this going? Like, at what point are you like, I don't know, somebody nobody wants because you've put so many dang people, or you've let so many people just go.
Or you finally reach the point where you're like, all right, well, I gotta settle down. I remember I got that one uncle who like decided to settle down at 62 because he was living that life. And then the person he settled down with, you were just kind of like,
Yeah.
we passed up Miss Shirley for her,
Hmm.
but they just realized, like, yeah, okay, well, somebody got to take care of me and take somebody
When
off
I
the
think about
shelf.
how boring it must be, like, it's making me think of oh, I'm thinking about a particular individual because my mind really just kept being, and I moved on, I've let things go. But my mind really just kept being like, and that's why your ass gonna be damn near 50. And I hope you be with a 20-year-old that can't relate to you and is boring. And that be your, that's what you
I
get.
wish this upon you.
I wish boredom. I wish boring women. Because that's
Mm,
what you get. That's what you get for thinking you had all the time in the world. But no, that's not fair. But I'm just saying. That's stuff I think about when I feel, because again, I feel like, yeah, I've been at where I'm like, I don't understand. This seems like this could work. This could blah, blah, blah. Wait, why do I feel benched? I'm not going to be here when you get back. What kind of shit is this? I'm just going to
mhm.
keep being, I'm not. I'm not. And then,
Yeah,
okay, maybe we'll try again. And then here you go again. So you know what? I hope somebody bores you to death.
I'm glad you're over it.
Very much over. It's just that it's not the first time it's happened to me, so I'm a little.
Yeah, yeah.
I've wished this on plenty of men. I remember one guy I used to talk to. That was a thing. That was a rough go. I
Mm,
definitely had that.
I don't even
Someone
know what we're
who,
talking
yeah,
about.
just somebody else who used to try to keep that line of communication open and circle back around and do all
Mhm,
types of things. And I was like, you know what? I hope you marry a house mouse one day. And she just bores you. And that person tried to circle back around, and then went on and got engaged a couple weeks after. I think it's like just can I get? It's like playing averages or something. It's like betting. It's like I
mhm,
can't let go of this. I gotta hold this over here while I shuffle around. Or,
mhm,
I gotta. I'm not sure if I can actually trade up. Not sure if I'll
mhm,
actually get. So let me just
mhm.
keep you right here until I can, you know. That's what it, at least that's what it feels like. Oh,
Yeah, this whole idea of I feel like there's one time that's sticking out to me where this has happened, and it felt like, oh, I'll tell you about one. This happened to me one time. This guy had just moved to Atlanta,
Mhm.
and we met like almost immediately. Like when I met him, he was still getting some of his furniture like delivered from across the country. And we had a conversation, and it was about something else, but he said something along the lines of, I wasn't supposed to meet you when I first moved here. Essentially,
Mhm.
I was supposed to
Yeah.
live the man living in Atlanta life
And
for a little
yeah,
bit
yeah,
before I
yeah.
met
I
you.
was supposed to be somebody I liked. Mhm.
And then still try to hold on. And I was like, oh, no, 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 no. You shit on the pot, you getting the fuck off.
That's that.
Then I made the decision for him.
Go on and live that life, sir. It's so funny, but though it makes me think. I remember when I first moved to Georgia, which of course I was in high school. I was like 17.
Hmm.
Um, and I had a boy that I really, really liked and was really into and whatever. And my mom was like, Ashley, don't go get a boyfriend. You just got here. You haven't even started at your new school yet. She literally said this, there might be boys there that you like. There might be blah, blah, blah. Don't go out there getting the first boyfriend that you see. Like, basically, is what she said to me, which was very strange to me because I was like, I really like this boy. And I did end up making him my boyfriend. We were together. My mom had some strange rules at times. Strange tips. I won't say rules, tips at times for me. But I remember that being a tip that she gave me was like, when you first move somewhere, don't go trying to get no boyfriend. You explore, explore the lay of the land, see what's all is going on, and then go from there. But you don't get with the first person.
That is a thing. That is a
Yeah,
thing.
which means yeah, I was with him. And we didn't break up because I found new hotness. We broke up because he wasn't ready for a relationship.
So this was even a relationship.
It was a relationship. We got
Oh,
into
he
one.
got into it and was like, I am not ready for this.
Yeah, after we were like in the relationship, and then the thing, where the switch up happened after we were together, and it was like
Mm.
things are changed now. Why aren't I'm actually not really ready for this relationship that we're already in. Okay.
17-year-old boys. 17-year-old boys. Mm.
Yeah. So then we broke
Weren't
up.
y'all
And
just the
then I got
heartbreak?
a boyfriend. And then I got a boyfriend because I was ready for a relationship and he was not happy about that. So you just got
Mm-hmm.
with him because we're teens,
Mm-hmm.
so it didn't take me forever to find another
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend. Now, granted, I was with that next one for 3 years, but yeah, he was. I remember him being upset by me having another boyfriend, and I was like, I was ready for a relationship. Why wouldn't I be in a relationship? I was ready for. I wanted one. You didn't.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're single. But anyway, interesting times.
Oh, yeah, no, I once did that, and so I was the person doing it. And it was just because I was unsure. Like, I thought they were great. I thought I had a lot of fun with them. But what I struggle with is and what I ended up having to come to the conclusion is I really love them a lot like a friend. Like, I enjoyed their company. I enjoyed hanging out with them. I enjoyed all the things we did. But it was like, even after everything, I didn't get that like love type of like, I want to see what you're doing. I want to be next to you all the time. I want to have your last name. I'm gonna doodle our names in a notebook. Like I never got that. I got the like, oh, we're having so much fun. But like also at any minute if you needed to leave, I'd be like, that's cool. Can we still go to the park? Like I would still have that type of and having that realization. And I remember just going back and forth and back and forth and be like, okay, so we're broken up. And then text them the whole time we broken up, checking on your day, just little stuff. And then like coming back and doing the same thing, repeat, repeat, repeat. So finally he was like, either you're gonna be with me or you're now forever nothing.
Hmm.
And I was like, I feel like, why can't we keep doing what we're doing? He's like, this is why. The options are you're gonna be together or you're gonna be nothing at all.
And
And that's
that
how I
is how
got
you
trapped
get
into a relationship.
or get into
That's
a
how I
life
got
partner.
trapped into a relationship. No, I get trapped into a relationship. I mean, I definitely have, but it's not here nor there.
But Setting boundaries is how you keep from being put on the shelf because someone can try to
Yep.
put you on there. You don't necessarily have to be up there. They can
Mhm.
you can
Mhm.
let folks either let people know what you're doing, and if they're not trying to do that, they need to go somewhere, or just hell on your own, notice what they're doing and don't be there when they
Mhm.
try to come around. I mean, that's really it. That's the only way to get off the shelf is to hop off. And just when they try to come back and check on you, there's nothing here for you to check on.
Yep. The doors are locked. The locks have changed. And going back to that boundaries of like knowing what your boundaries are, like, okay, we're going to communicate this and you're going to say this, but then I don't see that. I'm going to tell you one more time what you told me you was going to do. I'm going to give you one more time to show me that that's what you're going to do. And once you start stepping out of line, what you said you was going to do, boom, boundary in place. And that boundary can look like you no longer have access to me. Block, 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 delete.
Yep,
I think
I
another part
agree.
of not getting put on the shelf, kind of getting put on layaway, is also like recognize how that person is showing up in the beginning. Like, were they always inconsistent? Like, has there never been a point in time inconsistency? Okay, that's how they move. We can just avoid that.
I was gonna say how to not put people on the shelf, but I don't know. I think some people need to assess like, are you doing this to people? If you are, like, stop because it's not
Well, how
cool.
do you know you're doing this to people?
Yeah. If you know, or I guess if you feel like you are holding yourself back from a certain whatever that is, like, on the other side of this, I would have feelings, we would do this, we would, and you know that you were like intentionally pausing yourself and holding yourself back for whatever reason, but you're not actually letting that person go, then you're probably doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I definitely think people know that. They know when they're holding back. They may not always know why or have all the ins and outs of it, but I think if you're recognizing yourself doing that and it's a person you circling around, you're
Mm-hmm.
probably, yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to be good in the long run. Like, yeah, there's that one off story, or yeah, there's that woman who's going to wait until, we've been dating for 33 years and he finally asked me. Yeah, maybe, but it's not likely. It's not likely that the other person is going to continue to do that. And you're just harming whatever potential relationship you think y'all might maybe have if one day you decide to go there. You're
Mm-hmm.
doing more damage to it than if you just be real and let them know you're not ready and let them go. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it to be, you'll get your shit together and y'all might circle back around. Y'all might cross paths again, but otherwise,
Mhm.
ship done
Also,
sailed.
people have the option of just telling you no, and there is no circle back. And then that's just a part of the consequence of not being ready.
Absolutely. And that just is,
Some people, it's just you need to make a choice, and you not making that choice, trying to prolong things until something chooses for you. And yeah, that's still putting people on pause.
yep.
And you can just make that choice and let whoever needs to be let go, let go. Whatever needs to be let go, let go. Because yeah, a option is one of those things or one of those people can let go. And yes, we know you don't want that. Oh no, no, no. But that is their choice. They're allowed to be informed about what's going on and decide I don't want to deal with this bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's not cool for you to try to force them to have to because you are indecisive or because you don't know which sword to take.
You're right. That's the consequence of not being ready right now. And you have to be okay with that too. Though I
Mhm.
think that has to be some level of like anxiousness to that as well, of like, oh, I gotta hold on to this because I don't really know if what I'm out here doing is gonna work out. But like, trust your process, but you don't gotta hold people hostage while you go figure that out. If you really do, you actually think that what you're doing is gonna lead to results? I don't know, whatever results it is that you want, then sure. Then trust that and keep on moving. Don't, try to keep people as these trinkets or what's like a security blanket.
Yeah, yeah. And even on the flip side of that, because sometimes people are holding off and it's like this thing over here, it's good. It's good. It is like high priestess good. And on the other side it is not good. Something in reverse. And it's like I know this is a better thing. I want to hold on and go to this, but I'm scared. There's this fear. Like I don't want to go towards this thing because I'm scared. I don't want to make this option to finally make a decision out of fear, out of like, okay, I have this lesser option and I know it's the lesser option, but I'm gonna hold on to that one as I try to go through this better thing just in case I fall. Just in case I try to go to this thing and it's too hard and it's too rough and it's too this and this and that. And on some levels, I think you can convince yourself you're being heroic in that way of like, but I'm going towards this thing. Just hold on to this other thing though. Safety, just in case. But I'm still making more moves over. It's still cowardly. And you don't get cool points for that.
And you can't do that with people.
Hmm.
That's the thing. Like we're talking about people. Like it's fine to be like, let me hold on to this job until I find another job. But like it's not cool to do that with people. Um, because they're people and they got feelings. And
Hmm.
like you were saying, they don't have to be there. They don't have to allow you back in, even because of feelings that you have or had, or they don't have to care about your feelings. They don't have to care about any of that stuff.
You really don't. And I
Yeah.
mean, just energetically, that's not good for you. Leaving pieces of yourself in every back and forth you go.
No, you're right. It's not. I'm laughing because I'm thinking about I was talking to my cousin recently and I was telling her I feel like I'm about to sound like those people on like late night TV that's like sex is ruining your souls and you don't even know. Because that is how it starts. And you're right. It's like you just leaving all this entertaining all this randomness just out here. It's not good. It's not good for us energetically. I mean, I definitely don't have anyone that I've met who I would like circling the block at any point in time. So I don't know anyone that has that privilege at this point.
There's a
So
lot of things.
who knows? Maybe I'll be somebody's unicorn one day. But I'm more so I think, yeah, if they ready for it, they come across me and I'm ready for it. We're ready for it. We'll just
Look, let
do
me
the
just
thing.
put let me just put this out into the universe. Get ready for it. It's just be ready. No, you ready now?
I'm ready. I
Okay.
am.
I scared you.
I'm like, I am ready. That's what I'm saying. Now, how I
No,
get one of those.
yeah. I'm
Um,
demanding that they have it done ready right now. Not be, not go. No, now you are. Welcome to enlistment. Be ready. If it's a decision out of fear, let go of fear and make the choice that you actually want to make. If it's a decision out of uncertainty, let them go so they can find someone that's sure. If it's a decision just out of carelessness and recklessness, let everybody else get out of the clown car and you can just drive by yourself. The people who agreed to be in the clown car in the first place. Either way, I think the agreement is it's kind of a selfish thing to do, and it's not fair to do it to other human beings. If you are a person you feel like you're being put up on a shelf by others, put up some boundaries and learn to be okay with them not being a part of your journey. If you put up further boundaries and it just creates further distance, take that as a sign and remind yourself you have the decision to not allow that. You can simply block off access to you. You can simply put up boundaries. You can simply put on, hey, let me tell you what we're not going to do here. But you don't have to allow someone to put you on a shelf. You always have the option of getting off.
and also as a reminder, boundaries are more so about what you do than what you're trying to get somebody else to do. So
Mm-hmm.
you're not setting boundaries to hold it out there of like, if you don't be with me, I'm not gonna talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really when you are seeing the signs, when you're picking up what they putting down, when they're pulling that crap that you knew they were gonna pull, that's when you have to do whatever it is that you said you whatever you told yourself and or them that you were gonna do is when you gotta do it.
Yeah. So, guys, that's the end of today's episode. We hope you enjoy. You can head over to Instagram to interact with us at She Wolf Alchemy. Or you can head to our TikTok. Yes, we have a TikTok now. We're figuring it out. It's coming along at She Wolf Alchemy. And if you want to reach out to us outside of social media, you can reach out to us at She Wolf Alchemy Podcast at gmail.com. And other than that, you guys will hear our voice next Sunday. Bye.
Bye.